think as a team, Indiana's like shooting like 31 from 113 from behind the arc. Obviously, Kellell's the top player. Just and looking at them, kind of what stands out and what do you guys need to do tomorrow to be successful? I know they're coming off a tough loss.
Yeah, they haven't shot the ball, like they're capable of shooting it. Of course, it's a small sample size, but they haven't. And to be honest with you, we've actually statistically shot the ball statistically better than what I feel like we've shot it, because Hunt's been so good and things. So that'll be a big key to the game is who can make perimeter shots. But they got a good team, and I don't know about their guard, Xavier, if what his status is, but they got a good team. They're athletic, they're long, they're big. We won't play a bigger 4 and 5 at the same time together than what they do, and of course Ware can stretch it, and I really feel like that the 4-man is as hard as anybody to guard, or no, as hard as anybody to guard, because he can put his head down and he can draw fouls, and so we'll have to do some different things to defend the post, and we need to keep Galloway out of the paint, and certainly handle their pressure in a turned up arena. But I like their team. I think Mike's done a great job, and it'll be a hard game, especially first road game of the year.
The matchup with Ware, just what do you think that'll require out of Hunter, and what does he need to do to succeed?
Well, I don't really. Now they will be matched up some. They won't be matched up all the time. I wouldn't think. I could be wrong. They play so big, so I bet you they throw different guys at him, and us with them too. But I think playing to his quick twitch explosiveness, I think, will be a big key. Hunter isn't really a power player, but he can, get deep post touches and score down there, and we need to do a better job of getting him ball in those situations.
You guys played him last year, but are you picking Hunter's brain at all? Just about Indiana at all, or because of your experience against
Well,
him?
we've watched the Michigan game against Indiana last year. Hunter actually had a good game. I think he had like 24 or something like that. So yeah, we've watched some different things and how they guarded Hunter, because they may try to do something similar.
And then, is there any interest in extending this series beyond this year, or is it too early to look into something like that?
I don't know that it's too early. Interest would be probably an incorrect thing to say, because I think it's a great home and home. But there's also some opportunities. We're trying to schedule some other people that could be great home and homes too. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But I think that an Indiana, Kansas type home and home would be good for us, and I'm sure it would be good for the majority of the Blue Bloods out there to play games like that. But no decision's been made.
You mentioned on your show just how good of a road environment it is. Just what is it about it that makes it so special in that way?
Well, it's a unique arena. I don't know exactly, but 25 or 30 rows at the most, maybe in the end zones, and then it goes all the way up on the top. And I think it's probably designed to, maintain the sound. It's loud. You guys that go, you'll see. It's a good home court, and I assume that it would be a packed field house on Saturday. So, and I'm sure it's going to be almost all red. But I played there before, and we couldn't communicate. It was so loud. So if it's a lot like Allen when it's turned up, and I'm sure it'll be turned up Saturday.
I'm wondering this time of year when you've got one game in 13 days, are you able to do more with the guys in terms of like working on defense or certain plays and sets and things like that?
Yeah, I think this has been we haven't had a ton of time yet, but this has been a good week for us. We took off Sunday, obviously, and then practiced hard Monday, Tuesday, shooting practice Wednesday, and then went hard today and will tomorrow. And then we'll play a game, then we'll come home, and then we'll have basically a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice week next week. So that's good. we needed this because usually not always, but usually we get better over the Christmas break. Come back on the 29th, the 26th, you play the 30th, and then Big 12 play starts right after that. So we won't have near as many two-a-days type opportunities that we've had in the past. So this is an important time.
I'm wondering for KJ, his combination of athleticism and power, is it something you've coached before? Does it remind you of
Taught
other
him,
guys you've had?
taught him that, the combination. Is it something I've coached before?
Yeah, or does it remind you of anyone?
I don't know that I've been coached anybody that would be a better outside defensive end pass rusher than what KJ is. I mean, what he could be. I mean, I'm thinking right now. I'm sure we've had some bouncy, strong athletes, but I don't know that I've coached anybody that's more explosive than KJ and that strong as well. Guess I should have said edge rusher. Is that right, Dave? Would that be the correct term?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Is it an advantage that they've already played 2 hard Big Ten games and you haven't played any league?
You know, they played 2 hard Big Ten games, and then they played Connecticut, and then they played Auburn, which is a good schedule so far. And you look at it, and we played Kentucky, Marquette, Tennessee, UConn, Missouri. I think you could say the same thing. So both teams come into it at this time of year having played some good people.
How would you assess DeJuan's play first semester?
I think he's been solid, but I think he can play better. I think he's been a little careless with the basketball, and you know, we talked a lot about it. He knows how I feel about that. But he hasn't played poorly. But I think there's another gear he can get to.
Just how's the health of the team, and generally speaking, what do you think of your starting 5 as you kind of head into this break?
Well, I think the 4 starters have been pretty good so far. I think El Marco's showed some progress the last couple of weeks, and I thought he was better against Missouri. So that's a positive. And right now he's definitely our 5th starter. So I think they're doing fine. And what was the first part?
Health. Just
We're okay. We're okay. KJ's under the weather, but hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. He didn't practice today, but I think that we're decent shape physically.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
thanks, Coach.